Hey guys, 53 Silver here. So I've never done a video from inside my house before, and I'm usually out in the field, of course, with the detector, running some test or just looking for treasure. But this was a little bit different, a little special. So I get a text message from my son this afternoon, just after lunch, telling me that my package arrived. And I got to tell you, it took everything I had not to go into my boss and tell him I wasn't feeling well and I needed to go home. I'm sure you all have had that feeling when you know you're getting a new detector delivered. Anyway, again, it's just a little bit different, something special. I don't usually do the open box or unboxing or whatever it's called, first impression, but I thought this detector probably deserved that. A lot of talk about it on the internet, on the forums. And I thought I would kind of put something together here, first impressions, first thought on initial thoughts. This is the Tesoro Outlaw, and this is what I just received today, and I am like so super psyched about getting this, and I'm just cannot wait to get this out in the field and start testing it out. It seems like an awesome machine, and I'm saying that because it's built on the same, I guess, technology as the Bandido. And there were 3 series, I think, of that. There was a Bandido, Bandido 2, I believe, and a Bandido UMAX, I believe it was. Anyway, I've looked, and it's, you don't find a lot of used Tesoro detectors on the market. You see a lot of other manufacturers, but you just don't see these. And anything in decent condition at that, so you got to be really lucky to catch something like this on the market. Really excited to be able to have something that's in line with the Bandido, which some would say are one of the best detectors that Tesoro ever made. So that alone excites me. That I'll have that in my hand in a week or so, or a few days anyway, and I'll be out there hunting with it. So that alone is pretty exciting. This unit, as you probably already know, comes with 3 coils, 5 3/4 inch concentric, and let's see what else we got here, if I can do this without okay, good. And also the 8 inch concentric, which is nice, probably the coil I'm going to use most of the time. Great size. And there's the 5 3/4 inch, which is awesome for those trashy park type areas. Here's the control unit. Now let's see. From what I can see in some of the pictures, the layout is very similar to the Vaccaro, and sure it is. Okay, so we've got down here the discrimination knob, and again, nice and smooth. Up here we've got on off, and this is basically your sensitivity adjustment, threshold, and then we've got ground balance over here, which is, man, just an outstanding feature. And then we've got a little slide switch or a little toggle switch here. We got auto. We got all metal on a switch here rather than on the discrimination. It's now on a toggle switch like the Bandido was, I guess. And then we've got disc. There's also a retune button here. I'm going to get into retune and auto, etc. when I'm out in the field. I got to run that through the paces, its paces, and see the most efficient way of running that, and what exactly it's going to do for your treasure finding, because I think that's going to be important. It's going to play a major role in this detector, and I think things like that will give this detector an edge over a lot of the other detectors on the market. I'm looking forward to diving into this. So you got your brown logo, gold pole, brown couplings here that compression down or screw down, brown armrest, which is nice. And again, 3 coils. We talked about the first 2. There's also, let me just show you this, because this just, I caught a glimpse of this, and just to go over again at Tesoro, man, how they take care of us. It comes with 3 coils, right? It also comes with 3 lower shafts, 1 for each coil, which I thought was just outstanding. Certainly not something they had to do, but they did it. They included a shaft, a nut, a wing nut, and nut for each coil. So you're like good to go. You put your coils on here, some Velcro strips to hold the cable down, and you go to your location. I mean, this is just, man, a detector for all seasons. That's all different situations. I love what I see right now. Again, the gold main shaft here, and then of course the lower shafts look to be brown. Just outstanding, excellent, customer care here in terms of what they're delivering. And this is the 10 by 12 larger coil, and this is a double D coil. Now, for you guys that are fairly new, a double D coil is basically 2 Ds back to back. So you got a coil that runs this way, that's 1 D, and another one that runs this way, and your sensing area is pretty much down the middle. It's also called a wide scan. I mean, the area is as long as the coil, and it goes fairly straight down, fairly deep, and that's why they call it a wide scan rather than the conical configuration or sensing pattern that you get from the concentrics. So that's how this works, and you're kind of going back and forth, and you have a knife edge that's kind of going through the ground this way, if you want to call it that or look at it that way. Excellent coil. They offer usually good separation, target separation, because of the configuration. So looking forward to putting this puppy on there. I'm sure that it's going to be, because it's 10 by 12 inches, it's going to be relatively deep, and it's going to help a lot in some of those tough areas where you've got some trash. And let me see if I can lay this in here so it looks nice. There you go. So overall, I'm really psyched, really excited about this detector. Just a comment I want to make about the packaging. This detector probably could have gone out earlier than it has, but Tesoro's credit, and these are my words, my understanding of what happened was that somewhere along the line the packaging wasn't right. It didn't meet Tesoro standards, and they went back and said, let's do it right. It's important, and they did. So I mean, guys, there's a couple ways of doing things in life. You can simply do it, or you can do it right. And to Tesoro's credit, they did it right at the expense, their own expense. I mean, it cost them, I'm sure, some money, delaying the release of this detector. But their customers come first, and that's something I'm happy with. As you all know, you can call them any time of the day during the business day, and you get them on the phone, and boy, they're always there on the forums or wherever to point us in the right direction, to give us the advice we need to explain their units, their circuitry, etc. Anyway, that's it. First impressions, Tesoro quality. I think it's going to be a good machine. We'll test it and we'll see. I'm very optimistic. I'm excited because it's, again, as I say, its roots are in the Bandido, which a lot of guys are after. I was trying to find something like that, and I just couldn't. I had no luck. So I'm pretty excited about putting this through its paces and getting some videos done on it shortly. Now, it's going to be 102 here on Saturday, so I doubt that I'm going to make it out Saturday. During the day, I'll try to get out early in the morning and start testing this thing, and then we'll get some videos together on it, which should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this thing's going to perform, and I have no doubt that it's going to do well. Just a shout out to Tabman for putting this together for me. I appreciate it. And Tesoro, Rusty and those guys for putting together another, what looks to me like another good product, a home run for these guys again. And that's pretty much it. So I'm thrilled, I'm happy, and I got to take off. So we'll talk to you later, guys. This is 53 Silver, out.